Hi guys, so my girlfriend was down with malaria and I had to prepare some light soup, and this is how I went about it. I got some smoked dried fish, got some tilapia smoked dried one, tomato, onions, I got some fresh pepper, salted fish, and then dried crabs. Do we get it? Salted dried crabs, tomato paste, and then I got some tomatoes. Spices, I got ginger and I got garlic over here as well. Garden eggs, got my turkey berries, and I got my precursor over here. Again, some okra, and now I have to just wash them, add clean water, wash them, and then sort of cut them before the whole preparation of the light soup begins. This is for a malaria patient, so we are not using any meat, all right, just dry smoked fish. So got my garden eggs, cut into 4 portions. I have my okra cut, onion well peeled, and then tomato well washed, and now my garlic. So peel the garlic and wash it thoroughly. Now this is what I have over here. So onion, tomato, garden eggs, okra, and then garlic well done, well washed and cut out. And now I have my dry smoked fish in water, soaked in water, and then I remove the outer part of the fish. Now this is what I have. Looks clean, right? Yeah. Then I add my pepper over here, wash it, and then remove parts I don't need. This time around, I'll just use the remaining water to peel my ginger, alright? Clean it, make sure that it is very neatly done. There we have it, and there we go. So now I just have to just sort of crush the dry salted crab that I have, and then soak it in a little bit of water to remove maybe a little bit of sand that may be in it. And then that is what I have over here right now. Now the salted fish, remove the fins and all that, wash it cleanly, and then the dry smoked tilapia to wash it as well. This time around I take my precursor and I clean it, cut it into pieces, and now this is all I have to begin the whole cooking of the light soup. So I clean my turkey berries, and now I'm boiling the fresh pepper, turkey berries, and then the small onion, bulb of onion. Now the fresh pepper is ready. I just have to grind it. This is a traditional kitchen, so forget your blender. That's why I boiled it, so that it becomes soft. So a traditional kitchen, we don't use blenders, we don't use gas cookers and all that. No, this is a traditional kitchen. This is what your grandma will do when you are suffering from malaria, if she wants to prepare you light soup. So this is a traditional kitchen. We grind everything, make sure it is very fine. Now I put all my fish in the saucepan, add the pepper paste together with the onion, ginger, and then garlic, tomatoes on it. Add a little bit of water, and you could go ahead and stir before you cover. I can just cover it and allow it to boil for a while. As it is boiled, you can see the pepper over here. I didn't use all the pepper, so I left some. I don't like cooking a particular soup or cooking a particular meal that I'll use all the pepper, and then when you are done, you can't even taste. It becomes peppery. So everything in moderation. when the soup is getting ready, then you taste. If the pepper is not that much, you could go ahead and add some of the paste of the pepper. Have you followed? Good. So still stirring, but please stir cautiously. This time around I have to just stir cautiously because I have my salted fish and then the smoked dry tilapia over here. If I don't take care, I may break them into pieces, so it's very important. This light soup is for a malaria patient. Now, this is what I do. I will just this is what I do. I just have to turn the tomato so that I can remove the salted fish. You see that it's quite soft, very good. So I'll have to remove it. And leave the tilapia for a while because that one is a little bit hard. I leave it for a while. I remove it because if I don't take care, it will break into pieces and my malaria patient won't get some of the salted fish to even chew. So it is of great essence that I make sure that the dry smoked fish, they are all intact. The fish that I'm using in cooking the food are all intact. So now I remove my tomatoes and then remove the peel, all right, of the covering of the tomato. So the peel around it, I'll have to remove it and then grind it. No use of no blender or anything. Grind it and make sure all the seeds are very fine. So now I remove the tilapia, smoked tilapia, because if I don't remove it and I leave it in the soup till the soup cooks or becomes ready, it may break into pieces. So I just have to pour the smooth paste of the tomato into the soup. I don't have to sieve it because it is very fine. I made sure that I grind it very well. Now I cover, allow it to boil for a while. Now I take my turkey berries. Remember, I boiled the pepper, turkey berries all together. Do you get it? Now I make sure that I remove the turkey berries and then I put my garden eggs that have been cut out into the boiling soup together with the okra or okro. Now I put my processor in here and I get my tomato paste, mix it with a little bit of water, and there we go, it's ready. I'll just have to pour this one in addition to the one that I have in the saucepan that is boiling. So the one in the saucepan that is boiling, so I cover it and then I put a 3/4 of the onion in the boiling soup so that it becomes very soft for me to be able to grind it easily. I grind my turkey berries, and mind you, turkey berries have numerous or several seeds in them, so I will have to sieve this using the strainer. All right, now I wash my eggs, put my eggs in the soup. Make sure the eggs are well washed and cleaned before you put them in the soup. Now I'll have to strain my turkey berry solution. I'm using turkey berries because it has the tendency to help in the production of blood, and I'm not going to add it to the soup until the soup is about 5 or 10 minutes away from being ready. If I pour it into the soup as early as I want to, it means that most of the vitamins will get lost. I don't want that to happen, so I will wait when the soup is about to get ready. Then I pour just a small quantity into the soup. So now this is the turkey berry solution that I have. So when the soup is about to get ready, then I'll pour some small amount into the soup. Now this is the nature of the soup. It's not looking that bad, and it's for a malaria patient. So mind you, this is a traditional kitchen. Get your coal pot or the traditional way of setting up fire. So I just add salt to taste. Since the beginning of the preparation of the soup, I never added salt because of the salted fish. So I didn't add any salt. I add salt and I cover it again for it to boil for a while. Now I come back and then pour some small amount of the turkey berry solution into the soup. Now I add the tilapia that I previously removed together with the salted fish. I add them back, or introduce them back into the soup. Now I'll have to just remove the onion and then grind it, and that will be it. So I'll actually clean the plate that I removed the smoked tilapia and salted fish from. Just pour the sauce into the soup again and then cover it. Grind the onion, and this time around I'll just fetch some amount of the soup, mix it with the ground onion, and then I will introduce the paste I have here back into the soup as well. This is going to be probably the last thing I'm going to do. After this, I leave it to simmer for a while and then I will taste. I'll leave it to simmer for a while and then I will have to taste. Now I remove the eggs. And make sure that the covering is well removed. And I introduce them into the soup again so that at least it will be able to absorb some of the sauce of the soup into it. So I cover it and then I allow it to simmer. Now I taste, alright, to check whether the amount of pepper, the amount of salt, the spices, everything is just okay. Before, if there is anything I have to do, I do. If there is less amount of pepper, I'll just have to add a little bit, or salt, I'll just have to add a little bit. So this is where you actually do your calculations, whether it's okay or not. Now it's time to serve. The soup is ready. It's time to serve. So I'm serving the soup right now. I'm going to give this to my malaria patient. Now soup is ready and you could serve this with fantikenki. Alright, any malaria patient will be able to eat this particular food. If they are not able to even eat the fantikenki, the soup, they should be able to sip the soup, because every malaria patient actually likes light soup like this. So guys, this is how I prepared light soup for my girlfriend who was down with malaria. Do want to subscribe to the channel to keep the channel growing. This has been the YMS Strength with me, Trails, and I'm a Colonel.